Hello everyone, my name is Fedra and welcome to my collective reading. I'm jumping the gun a little bit. We are doing this collective reading for the new moon in Cancer for July 14th. Today we are still within Mercury retrograde in the season of Leo with this new moon in Cancer. So it's fire and water. I purposefully did this tapestry in this beautiful yellow as well as myself to show with passion, boldness, leadership is Leo. When we go into Cancer, we think of the water sign being cool, collected, emotional, psychic. So a lot of the cards that I chose today have a bluish theme, whether it's going toward the angels, the moonology, astrologically with the star seeds, and a few new decks. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Fedra. I do these moon cycles for every new moon and full moon. And we have, just for the update for next time, if you want to just jot down in your calendar for August, we have the new moon on August 12th and the full moon on August 28th. We're also having two eclipses, a solar eclipse and a partial lunar eclipse in August. So if you thought that it's been bumpy through this retrograde, just wait. Eclipses are known for really heaviness and really getting into turbulence by shifting into contrasts. What do I mean by that? A lot of the times when eclipses happen, we go to war. So there's a lot of battling and dualship that happens within the self or that we're going to see throughout society. There'll be themes of passion and emotion, so not necessarily logic here. Again, we're talking about the fire sign of Leo. Hi, Mike. He'll be moderating in the chat today, so be nice, y'all. Mike's looking out. I've also pinned in the chat that if any of are open to donations, I thank you. It does help us keep this channel going. And for all of you that have subscribed so far, thank you. I'm going and moving up there, and the goal is 500. So to get started, I was feeling very called to do the Gospel of Arcadia. It is not necessarily tarot. It is oracle, but it's very, very deep. I actually named my guitar Arcadia. It's a very, very vivid deck, like just really colorful. So I felt to pull a card or two of the theme. So whether you're not a Leo or a Cancer, this is a collective reading for you so that you're aware of what energies to look for throughout this 28-day cycle. And they have the A on the back. Ooh, we have the Queen, the Fight, and the Shadow. I know you can't hear it here, but thunder just started where I'm at, so it's probably gonna rain. Hello, Mr. Perfect. We have the Fight, and we have the Shadow. Become the queen of your life, or king, we should say. Decisions are yours and yours alone. Discover your area of expertise and your unique wisdom. Your role in life may have recently become more challenging. A dominant woman is the cause of your misfortune or your delight. With great power comes great responsibility. I bowed to her of silver and of gold, the queen of all spheres, the one who was foretold. It takes more than blood to be a queen, a crown of strength and wisdom, as well as of ruby, diamond, and aquamarine. In Arcadia's time, when a woman married, she had to give up her own family and move to the home of her husband's family. This could be quite frightening, especially if the new family lived some distance from her own family, or if the customs of her husband's family were quite different from those she had known previously. However, the young married woman eventually creates a family of her own and becomes queen of her own home, just as her mother, Persephone, had to do. When we step out of childhood and become queen of our own lives, we must take on the responsibilities that accompany that new role: compassion, compromise, cooperation, justice, leadership, wise rule, so we will govern well and fairly. There are many stories about evil queens in mythos. We must learn from their contrary example and take care to use our own powers for the good of all. There are times when we must take a stand, but we must learn also to choose your battles, as not everything is important enough to waste your energy on. Unless it is committed in self-protection or to protect another in a crisis, violence is never the right choice. Magical means are available to protect you. Stones and sticks may break my bones, teeth and blood scrapes and moans. Wards to protect magic abounds, no flesh to hurt, no hair hounds. Sometimes we feel a surge of adrenaline, don't we? Anger, rage, injustice, or physical threat. Any of these can trigger the body to fight or flight. But even though just the thought of a fight of any kind can be frightening, there are times to fight for what is important to us. For example, we may need to fight for our rights for justice, or for the protection of the vulnerable. Arcadia teaches us that we can fight, but we must fight fair. If we don't, we must recognize we will have to take full responsibility for our actions. But consider this as well. At times, surrendering may be the way through. By surrendering to what is, we may be able to find the perfect solution. By surrendering, we do not necessarily lose, but might actually put ourselves in a stronger position than where we were in before. By surrendering, we might find that although we may have lost the battle, we have not lost the war. It's interesting when I was just talking about the eclipses and how in the past many have chosen that time for war, and then that card comes out. We all have a shadow side. Find balance in all things. Rest in the positive aspects of your shadow like you would rest in the void of the dark moon. Some events and people leave a long, dark shadow over future happiness. Shine a light on a dark situation. Is your shadow actually your strength? That's a good question. Any of you do shadow work? The shadow looms dark, the shadow looms long. Its siren call beckons, it sings its seductive song. You may not see it within you, it hides away in the blind spot. Behind you, within you, squeezing your will in a knot. People may run from just the idea of working with their shadow, but our shadow is not always negative. In fact, it could be the very aspect of ourselves that makes us unique and wonderful, even if others do not always appreciate this part of us. Seen from the perspective of the dominant, and dominating culture in which Arcadia lived, one could say that as a witch, her shadow was implicit and big. However, this was entirely subjective. What the larger society of the time perceived as her dark shadow was both part of Arcadia's own power and an aspect of herself she used to empower other women. We can take a lesson from this and examine your own shadow from different perspectives. Doing so can help us to be more objective about our shadow side and allow us to distinguish between its positive and negative aspects. The dark of the moon is the lunar aspect under which to delve gently and safely into work with your shadow side. Yes, Mike, I would say at times the shadow side can be seductive in temptation, going back to very comfortable traits and habits that aren't really working for us anymore, but it's just comforting. So it is part of the shadow work to address that and see the intention behind what you are doing. And this could be a number of things. Sometimes even your work is considered in the shadow side because it's what you know. But is it actually helping you? Is it actually growing you in your potential or not? So it could be a number of things. It could be the way that you think. It could be the way that you feel about certain memories, certain people. The shadow side it comes out through your insecurities and your fears and through addressing the ego. I think we should go toward moonology. And yes, thank you guys for watching. Definitely, if you haven't pressed that like button, definitely boost me up into the algorithm with your likes. So we can think of that as how are we leading our life right now with that leadership role as a king or a queen. We can look at the aspects of how are we fighting ourselves and how are we fighting others through in this moon cycle. Because in Mercury retrograde, many arguments and misunderstandings occur. A lot of delays and things arriving late are occurring because of the turbulence. So it is a time to slow down, to work on one thing at a time, to rest. I mean, I took a nap before I did, this live stream in order to prepare myself energetically for it. It's really taking in more positive habits throughout retrograde. So that way you're not surprised. Yeah, we need to hold our vision. Nothing is yet set in stone. Bring love into the situation. And meditate and contemplate. I can't stress enough how this is the most important time to get a little bit more extra rest than anything. Really giving yourself that time to process emotions, because do not be surprised that through this Cancer season, you'll be reliving memories and reliving things that may be painful or may not be, but through that Cancer season, these emotions are going to come up to give you this ability to see, are you really done with it? Are you over and resolved? Are you reconciling with that emotion and saying that, you can put it away? Whether that is the common ones, anger, sadness, positivity, but seeing where you are in the emotion of a person, place, or thing. Then honing in on the vision. What is the vision for the next, 6 months? We're approaching into this beautiful year. We are still in the fire horse energy, believe it or not, even though we're getting into this kind of turbulence right now. But this is the only way to really know what's important to us. What are we willing to let go of? How are we going to lead our life? How do we want to be that example? And it's through what we feel inside, not what we're being told by others, and dare say even what we're saying to ourselves. We have to re-look at that, re-examine that. Fixed moon. Fixed moon. Yeah, a lot of crown work too. Right now, a lot of crown work, protecting our crown, doing meditation, getting more connected and centered into our breath, into how we're seeing ourselves. There are two main possibilities with this card. The first is that you need to stand firm in whatever situation you're in. The second, very different interpretation is that something is stuck. That could well be referring to the situation you're asking about. If that's the case, you have a think about what you do, what you can do to grease the wheels so that events move forward. Are you being stubborn? If so, that's great, because if you really want things to change, there's a solution. Stop digging your heels in it. Be the one to break a deadlock. With two interpretations for this card, it's up to you to decide what's going on and which meaning applies to you. This offers up a chance for some self-reflection. Yes, just say the word a lot and see how it feels. Staying power, faith, or patience are needed. Someone needs to back down. Avoid stagnation. A personal or professional relationship will be enduring. Nothing is set in stone. Mutable is about change, shape-shifting, even that something is still developing. This card indicates that something is indeed changing and there's room for maneuver. So take it as a sign that the situation you're asking about is far from finalized. If you're not happy with the current state of play, that's marvelous. It means you can still change the course of the outcome. However, there's also a sense that the situation could perhaps be a little unstable. For some, this is great news because you can still influence it. Others will struggle with the uncertainty, but should stay with it a little longer. Either way, nothing is set in stone. Yeah, I mean, if you see something that may not be producing right away, this is definitely not the time to count all your eggs. Like during Mercury retrograde, with things being delayed, this is the time to reserve your energy, be in a state of gratitude, and persevering, for sure. I know that the best will unfold for me. You're meandering towards your goal, and that's okay. Staying adaptable is the key to success for you now. Make sure you're not being led astray. Have you become distracted? Time to focus and stay with it, whatever it means to you. New moon in Aquarius is about bringing love into the situation. Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon is saying no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whatever you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with a suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own. But be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. You need to be more detached from this situation, and thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for, and improve your karma by doing some charitable work. Definitely, when we bring out more of our community and doing things for the greater good, definitely that brings in more new capacity for us to meet new people, to network, and to just help overall. Okay, we gotta meditate and contemplate, right? We got a goose fraba. This card speaks of dreams and romance, of soulmates and poetry. It suggests that there's a new start coming your way that's connected to a matter that leaves you feeling somewhere between having your head in the clouds and being in a totally altered state. There could be confusion and disappointment if that's what you've had before and that's what you're expecting. However, if you're onto a good thing, then wishing hard, because the words of your soul and your heart could help bring about the manifestation of your dreams. If all of that sounds a little wet and watery, then that's Pisces for you. Use your feelings to guide your way. Logic will not work right now. That's what I was saying about, balancing the fire of your passions versus your intuition and your psychic ability with Cancer. You have that ability now. Face your fears. They may be holding you back. This situation is being healed. It's time to surrender to the divine and avoid being deceptive or willingly deceived. So I've seen this in other readings, actually, because I do watch a lot of tarot readers on my own. I always feel that even if I'm on my craft and how long I've been doing it, we always get better. And what I've been seeing is a lot of scammers. A lot of people that are deceiving others throughout this time. So it's very important to be diligent on who you're networking with, what information you're divulging about yourself, about your business, about your professional side. So just be wary throughout this Mercury retrograde that not everyone is who they seem. Definitely, I wouldn't recommend getting in a relationship right now, intimately. You could go on dates. I'll suggest to go on dates. But actually starting a relationship, this is not the greatest time. This is where a lot of deception can be put into place. Even though I'm saying to bring out the love, I'm saying going openly, but with discernment. There is a difference, y'all. Okay. Let's go into regular tarot now. If anyone has any questions so far, you could put them in the chat of anything that you guys are experiencing through this retrograde. How about you guys? I've had to fix my car. Hi, Anna. Hi, Max92. Welcome, welcome. Please press and give me a thumbs up so it can go into the algorithm. Had a lot of people get sick. A lot of people do get sick during retrograde. Mercury retrograde happens about 3-4 times a year, guys. So that's why I take it with a very grain of salt. Like, it's going to happen whether you acknowledge it or not, but just be aware of kind of what happens within that forecast. Again, I've pinned it in the chat. If you're able to donate anything, even as much as $5 is awesome. It really helps me move throughout this channel. And if you haven't and you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to the channel. I have a mixture of music with sound healing and tarot. I even did a show with 8-Bit Mike as editor-in-chief, where I impersonate my mom under Fedra's mom. There's about 12 episodes for season 1, so if you need a good laugh and tarot is not for you, no worries. I definitely recommend to check it out. I'd love your feedback. But if you're like me, who loves tarot, Been doing it for 20 years now. I love doing these collective readings so you all can get an idea of how I read. I do private readings as well, one-on-one, whether that's in person or virtually. And then I also have a residency. I have 2 of them with the Hot Wax Kava Bar in Ybor in Florida, if you're in Florida, and at the Bay on Thursdays. And you can definitely find me on Instagram, follow me and DM me, and I'll let you know. I'd love to read for you in person. And virtually, I still connect with you, so it's just about what you need answered for guidance. So we're going to go into what collectively we need to know throughout this new moon in Cancer. So one of you is a photographer, or you do social media. oh my. Come on, guys. Let's make this fun. Let's not get it all serious. How should you manage doing live music gigs during retrograde when you should be slowing out and not going out as much? Should we limit the amount of events we do just to be safe? So, great question, Mike. So when during retrograde, we always want to make sure, where is Mercury, the planet, in your chart, in natal chart, in your astrological chart. And it can move around throughout the years and how time progresses. But since I know, 8-Bit Mike, you are a Gemini, you're affected by that because Gemini and Virgo are the ruler of Mercury. So no matter what, it is going to kind of maneuver you in some way throughout your life. So when it comes to the gigs, you can have specific shows, but understand to be prepared for delays. So maybe arriving earlier than usual, making sure that you have extra parts of equipment that may go awry and that you may need. Making sure that you have plenty of sleep, that you have a snack or a lunch packed because the whole schedule may change. Making sure that you have enough time to rest and do those things in between gigs because of the amount of time it takes. And then, yes, during a Mercury retrograde is about 3 to 4 weeks. So I would say within that time, just be precarious at planning and not overloading yourself as much within that time frame. Otherwise, just understand what you have to get ready for, which is a cluster of things that could happen that you have no control over. Plus, people will be very turbulent with you. They will argue with you. They will complain. They will have excuses. They may manipulate during this time as well because they're going through their own turbulence. So having this knowledge is really good to know beforehand so that you can also mentally and emotionally be ready. So I pulled Sleeping Beauty with a dream, the perfect key, the photographer, the observer, the white rose of hope. This is a deck I hardly ever pull, but when I do, I love the images. They're very artistic. It's called the Oracle of Mystical Moments. Hello, Roland, to Ellis. Welcome, welcome. It is a collective reading, Katie. Thank you. Thank you for the question. I only do private readings for one-on-one, whether that's in person or virtually, and my information is in the description. But this is a collective reading for everyone for this new moon in Cancer. And my name is Fedra, and I'm getting started now. So some of you have dare I say, an addiction to social media. Why would I say that? Well, you have the devil and you have the world. Valley Run Elite Octon? Yes, you can ask a question throughout what I'm reading because it's collectively for everyone. It wouldn't be really pertaining to just you personally. But the devil is all temptation, addiction, the shadow, as that has been coming up a lot in this reading. There is quite a bit of you all that are doom scrolling maybe a little bit too much. Thank you, Valley Run. And then the world is also spiritual expansion, or now a lot of readers identify it as social media, or just posting, whether you're an influencer. It could be also the ego. So maybe your ego is actually prohibiting you in a way to come forward and step out onto the stage or onto the light of your life. And you will be having to make a few decisions emotionally and financially, some of you. There's a lot of coin in this reading. So when it comes to coin, that is usually about abundance on a physical level. It's just what it is. Whether it's your business or you work for someone, you've got just money on the brain. A lot of us do. It's not the greatest economic time, but this is also the time where we can make these changes. We can also look at where our money is going and how we value money, and seeing that even that is changing in our lives. But, we don't want to look at the devil as something as just evil. It's also about the harder parts of ourselves that we may or may not want to admit to ourselves, to our family, to our lovers. And this is the time to really look at that with emotion. Since we have this Cancer time frame, we have the ability to forgive ourselves and admit and say that we're not going to do it anymore. Maybe even proclaiming it. Maybe proclaiming it in a blog or in a status or a post to the people that you love is just saying that I'm not going to do such and such anymore. Sometimes that is very life-changing. Sometimes it isn't. I once did the practice of 30 days of gratitude. So every day, just cataloging something I was grateful for. And that really turned my view into not focusing on what I don't have, but what I truly possess now. A lot of you in the past, most recently, were in poverty or had a poverty mindset or a state of lack. Unfortunately, this is part of this process to become more abundant. It's about stepping into that wealth. And what does that look like to you? Are you worthy of it? Do you feel wealthy inside? We're not going to talk about what we see in society. We don't want to be those people. We don't even want to do those practices. Let's be honest. We want a certain level of wealth that is defined by us and us alone, right? So it is about encompassing that, feeling into what your everyday would be, and then seeking out that fulfillment. Some of you have been negotiating with, work, with time, with what you have been doing. Like, is it really good? I don't know. Am I doing the right thing? Maybe I need to do more of this or less of that. Kind of weighing things out. Maybe you've been talking to someone, a therapist, a reader like myself, a close friend, to get that second opinion of, have I been doing things right? Have I been going the right way? Am I really, yes, am I on the right path? This is where one thing is for sure, some of you need to remove some burdens. You know, Ten of Spears is no joke. That's holding on to a lot of things. Look at that person. That person is right on the brink of just dropping it all, right? So where this is in the position is that God, universe, is going to give you the opportunity to assess those things and let some of it go. Because you may be holding on to things emotionally that's too heavy. It's not for you to hold. Maybe physically, you're taking on a little bit more responsibility in your lives that honestly are not for yours to do. So you need to delegate it back to your spouse, back to your friends, back to your, family, saying like, hey, I cannot do this alone. I'm not going to do this alone. And that is not ego. That is not ego. That is facing the fact that you are facing the devil of, I'm not having this run my life anymore, to the point where I'm exhausted, that I am not even seeking any fulfillment. When you do that, you're going to stand your ground in your sovereignty, and you're going to gather more abundance by starting. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Okay, hi and bye. Well, Natizia, as I'm saying, a collective reading here, this is about growing into a new start of abundance. Seeing the parts of yourself where your ego is possibly in the way. Addressing it. Expanding your mindset. Putting down the things that no longer serve you. And now I'm getting to the point of how you all see it, which a lot of you are seeing it as your intuition, following the inner voice that is within you and breaking up what is illusion and what isn't. What part of me is wishful thinking and what part of me knows that this is what I should be doing? Rather than, that voice that says you can do it later. Nine of Coin is a beautiful card. Nine of Coin is almost to completion. So a lot of you should not be giving up. I know you might be exhausted. I know that there may be a lot going on, but this is the time to really make space, to have that rest, to rejuvenate, and then continue. You're going to be facing, some unfortunate events, Eight of Cups. You're going to be seeing that you might have to walk alone. You might have to do things more independently because the people around you don't believe it. They don't want to hear it, or they don't value your beliefs and thoughts and opinions. So you may have to go it alone, and when you do it alone, you sometimes prove people wrong. How many times people have grown brands, companies, businesses when nobody believed them? And then, of course, the conclusion is Two of Coin, which is you're going to have to make a decision and continue to juggle your abundance. What I mean by juggling is balancing. You're going to have to set up real discipline in the future so that you can grow investments. You can figure out where you're going to live. You're going to figure out what is best for you. Yeah, that juggling back and forth, it's not sexy. It's part of life. And especially right now where people need to get into a discipline to put things away for safety. Yeah. The Sleeping Beauty. Soul Journey. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty, who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep, her hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. What places and people would it visit? Envision what kind of journey you could have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. It's able to tear down walls and scale a hedge of thorns. Like the bird, Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand, your soul is ready to be freed and soar to all the places in your dreams. So it's not just a dream. It is something to make into a reality. You have to choose that. You have to see it. The perfect key. This card shows a woman holding a key in one hand and a cage with a heart in the other. There is a bird sitting on the woman's shoulder, encouraging her to try different keys with his mouth. Yet the woman has already found the perfect fitting. She can open the cage and open her heart. Sometimes life is only a search for the right key. There's so many things that are hard for us to approach. We can have trouble accessing our own feelings. Thanks to friends and family, there are people who can help us find the lost keys to our personal happiness. Well, I will say that 8-Bit Mike is definitely one of those friends. Definitely, dear. Definitely have helped me really see the beauty of performing and singing and not giving a rat's ass, just doing it because you love it, not thinking about the money or the mistakes. I really give you that, because at the end of the day, you really gotta go for what you want in life. You only have right now. I keep hearing and seeing that too, that you only have right now. So thank you. The white rose of hope. Hope, beacon, solution, beginnings. We see a woman dressed in a blue gown standing somewhere in a lonely landscape. Darkness surrounds her, but a shining white rose glows like a beacon and illuminates the night. Maybe this woman is lost. Maybe she is uncertain about her feelings. Yet thanks to the light of the flower, she could find her way. White roses symbolize hope, new beginnings, admiration, and young love. There are exciting times ahead. Yeah, I do keep saying we're going to have a hot girl summer. And we are going to have a hot girl summer. These lights are already making me hot. But we also got to stay hydrated. Valley Run. So 2 readers told you about balance. Temperance is a thing of beauty, because when you have that balance, you don't really have a fix or like a hunger for something else. When you really know what you want and you prioritize yourself to make it happen, and then it does happen, you have this knowingness, like, I knew I could do that. I guess I had to earn it in a way, by eating right, by going to bed, by practicing, by initiating. I've really felt that when you open yourself to make mistakes and step into the uncertainty, the fear is less and less. But if we feed into that fear, we will never get anything done. And we'll be in stagnation, which I think is a form of purgatory in itself. I should just leave it open because I need more. The observer. When I saw the photographer, right away I'm thinking about, stalkers, because there's just like, everybody's just getting into watching you nowadays. It's kind of creepy. So, but in here it says, patience, awareness, focus. A woman is looking through an old-fashioned camera, ready to take a photograph. She observes the landscape before her. All is quiet, all is peaceful. We don't know how long this woman has been waiting for the perfect shot. She has the patience to remain focused until the decisive moment presents itself. Strength lies in her calmness. She lives in the present and does not get easily distracted. Maybe this is part of the habit. Maybe that's part of the habit, right? We've got to get more focused. It's not too late. We're in the 7th month. We've got the rest of the year. And maybe that's why we're here. You know, looking at these cards to give you the insight is just to give you perspective. You know, take what resonates, you know. I'm not saying I'm the end all be all, but I'll do my hardest to help you when it comes to providing the insight, because we're all navigating this together. No matter when I'm reading here, I'm taking in the insight myself, because there's always something to learn. You're definitely dead inside if you've given up on learning, that's for sure. But you know, there's so many things now to distract you, to get you away and not hone in, right? It's like as soon as you want to sit down and do something, there's a phone notification, or there's a phone ringing, or the TV blows on, or your family's yelling across the room. You know, I can give you a ton of examples. Or you look around and you're like, well, I better clean my house first before I get to that. It can wait. Your passion and that aha moment, you need to just hone in and just get it done. What do the angels have to say? And again, if you're really enjoying this, my name is Fedra. Please definitely do a thumbs up to boost me into the algorithm as I'm staying live. And if you haven't done already, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500. I'm so close, guys. I'm so close. We are getting there. 500 subscribers. Let's go. Oh. And we've been doing grassroots on the channel, hard knocks. I've loved every second of it. Okay, come on. Come on. Even the angels are so loving right now. Wow. When you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, a sea salt bath, or a pedicure. Done and done, y'all. Let me tell you something. I did this on purpose. I really did. It's been, I'm not going to tell you how long, but it's been a while. It's been a while since I got my nails done, if ever. And I love the experience. I had 2 people working on me at the same time in the salon. And that was a lot for me, because I'm a giver and I'm a doer. So me just sitting there and taking back, thinking about the things that I could be doing, it was difficult for me to just relax. But that is what I treated to myself today, was a Maddie and Petty. So if you haven't done it, even if you're a guy and you're a man's man, you can have a nice pedicure. Women look at that. They do. So if you haven't ever done it, get a massage, full body massage, go get a pedicure. You don't need to get the polish. Sit in the massage chair. It's amazing. But it's saying again to relax and rejuvenate yourself and give back to yourself. That is a form of investment. Archangel Raphael is here, and that is the Archangel of Health in general. I am helping you heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer like me. That's right. You tell him, Mike. Men shouldn't be embarrassed about just general hygiene. That's like a bare minimum. Astara, you deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and don't compromise. Look at that. You deserve the best. Reach for the stars with your dreams and desires and don't compromise. So I'm thinking, if any of you are like myself, where we overthink, right? The devil in our mind is going to say that you don't deserve that. You don't have the money for it. You don't have the time for it. You don't have the ability for it. No one's going to help you. No one's going to support you. Just on and on and on. And you see, that is the voice that I would say is the devil or the ego. Because the ego is keeping you in that comfortability of not shifting that mindset. When you start to say that you are worthy, that you have the money for it, that you have the time for it, or you're going to make the time for it, that's when you shift and change the parameters of your life. No compromise, no. Not on some things. On other things, yes. Victory, your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. I'm telling you guys, these are positive readings here. I think it's really all in your head of like what you feel you expect or should expect. I mean, I really don't know what to say. I am the angel of marriage and I am assisting you right now. Well, thank you, Archangel Daniel. I am ready. I am definitely ready for union. I don't know if a lot of you are looking for love and looking for union as well. But it's saying it's coming. And I also wrote about the planets in my description. So even on the replay, or if you want to look down, you can see in the description I added certain planets that are astrologically moving as well. And it's a nice description too to help. But definitely give me a thumbs up as we work through the algorithm. And if you have the ability to donate, I thank you. Definitely goes toward the channel. Can I give life advice, Pingu? Well, I think I'll need more clarity on what form of advice throughout your life you are asking about, and if you're willing to share it in the chat. Otherwise, I would consider a private reading with me at another time. But yeah, I definitely have the time here. Definitely willing to look. Yeah, Starseed wants me to come out, but not yet. We'll wait. Well, it's a collective reading, so it's not going to be just solely for you. Because again, these are collective readings through the new moon and full moon. But yes, we could always do a private reading if you wish. But we could say, what life advice does the collective need right now for your highest good? We could word it like that, if that's okay with you. Penguins are so cute. Penguins are soulmates for life, I believe. They mate for life. And I think the father, he holds the egg. Super adorable. I found out recently that otters, they give the female rocks, and if the female likes the rock, they kind of go at it. I was like, that makes sense. Okay. Guess I'm feeling the energy. 1507. 6 and 7 is 13, 4. Or January 5th. Or January 13th. What does the collective need to know about their life right now? Devil again, guys. You just can't get away, can you? Devil is also Capricorn. Are you a Capricorn, Pengu? Page of Swords. Just getting started on strategy. Also, we have the World. Look how the World moved into the past placement instead of covering the Devil. Interesting. Yep. Going into Judgment. Yeah, I figured you were. Yeah. Oh. You know, the cards don't lie. So you're needing to step into your North Node, into your purpose. You're very guarded and in a very vulnerable state right now. You're very much in repression and regret. You have a lot of deception and a lot of fake beliefs about yourself. But there are seeds coming, seeds of things that you have sprouted, but they may not provide any abundance until spring. So that would be March of 2027. But there are addictions. The devil is about temptation, addictions. Several, times I've said earlier in the chat is about the ego. That is what's covering over the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is still beginning in the sense of communicating, thinking, strategizing, planning. In the near future, you will find a teacher, though. You will receive teachings, either by God or the universe will bring that person to you as a teacher. In the most recent past, you had spiritual expansion, or as I was saying, doing things on the web. And you have processed grief. Lots of pain. Lots of anguish. But what is also coming in the near future is judgment. And that could be either from spiritual judgment or physical judgment, whether by court, jail. And you have a death and a rebirth. So you will have the opportunity to have an ego death. You'll have to begin again. But be careful of Seven of Swords being the thief, going towards shortcuts. Recently on the chat, I had said that sometimes there are people around us that are deceptive and that are not going to provide what they say they will. Empty promises. So it's staying away from that behavior altogether or no longer attracting those people to us. It's too easy, right? When you see the parts of yourself. But you will build again. Outcome is 3 of Pentacles. It will be slow, but it will be more on a solid foundation and less about your ego. Maybe it is more of a humbling aspect of the self when you have the rebirth. And you will actually find more fulfilling time for yourself as the outcome. It will be the start because it's the Ace of Cups, but it's actually coming from your direct soul. I really wish you luck. It's quite a test for you. And unfortunately, these tests you cannot do again. Yeah. But you will have a teacher. You just have to be open to those teachers around you. Mm. I hope that was clear. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, we're all here to provide our gifts. Some may understand it, some may not. The point is to help, to impact. We're all on this journey and we're not alone. We've never been alone, actually. That's been the illusion. Higher self-activation. Look at that, right at the end of it. January M5C, you've been here before. Why are you trying to convert me to go into a factory? I'm not the kind of woman that belongs in a factory. I tried to work in a warehouse once, honey. I was so unhappy. Factory. A woman like me in a factory. Yeah, I don't know if I'd get fired or if I'd leave. Yes, January, because I have a big soul. Yes, I do. Mike, you better remind Pingu and January to give a like and subscribe. Well, we're approaching over the hour, guys. Are we going to still keep going here? Any more questions? Let's see. Ah, yes, the Starseed Oracle. That was pinging me. Some of you have some galactic work to do. Yes! Oh, yeah. Oh, Michael. Come on. I mean, you're watching. Look what it just popped out. First chakra, Archangel Michael. That's right. Uh-huh. There's that protection. You all are protected. You just need to call upon it. That's right. Broken heart. Appreciation. Strategy. Temple path. Gabriel. I love my Gabriel. Oh, yes. Gotta get that bag. Look at that. The world again. I'm telling you all. You all need to get up and be on stage. Like, I don't know what kind of stage that is. Are you acting? Are you in TV? Are you on social media? It's here again. That's 3 times. 3 times. I mean, good and bad come in threes. So there's no denying that now. Okay. I need to go in with Archangel Michael, stability and security. Well, yes. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is the place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. Archangel Michael is with you, Bringing your strength and personal stability, you are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path. So allow yourself to feel increasing faith in your own power and security now and always. Well, January, then you need to call upon Archangel Michael to assist in making that move and calling upon Jesus or whichever higher ascended master you identify with. What we tend to not do is ask for help, whether physically or in the spiritual realm. And this really pertained to Michael, my dear friend, because he knows what I'm talking about right here that popped out first. Everyone else, I don't know. I don't know if other people work with Archangel Michael, but Michael and I, we work with him. He's definitely in the house and he's definitely watching. But this is where, when you are proclaiming your power and cutting ties and cleaning your energy, the only one that has the authority to kick the devil's ass completely is Archangel Michael. Otherwise, just read scripture, please. It's there. But with our free will, we could call upon for that assistance with the Archangel realm. Now, our broken hearts, right? The healing of grief, of pain. This could be from actual loss. Many friends of mine have had people pass away recently. I can't imagine how that feels. And there is a sense of defining what is there to do when we see such pain and we have to persevere. This card shows a heart broken open, revealing darkness, emptiness, and grief-filled tears. The hurt may be from long ago, or it may be the pain from a more recent event. Either way, a deep healing is called for now. Vent your feelings and release the person or situation involved. Affirm that you are reclaiming your power and peace of mind, and open your heart to the light of divine love and healing, and have compassion for yourself through this difficult process. Make self-care a priority. How many times? As you let go of old experiences, you can open your heart to the true and abiding love that you so rightly deserve. So as we give more into ourselves in that self-love, this is how we are able to secure this foundation of further fulfillment. When our cup is full, we have the capacity to help others. And when we feel appreciated, right, Michael? When we feel appreciated with gratitude. This last gig you did, you killed it. God, that was great. May I have those kinds of tips in the future. Woo! Oh. This card shows a woman holding a single rose. She enjoys the scent and beauty of the single blossom, yet around and behind her are bramble bushes. She could be focusing on these, worried that she might get caught up in their prickly branches of difficulty. Instead, she's pausing to experience the blessing of this single flower. The sun is breaking through the clouds, shining on her choice and on the tiny buds waiting to open up. This card upright is telling you that you have much to be grateful for. We do. And like the flowering bush behind the woman on the card, this is more to come that you can't yet see. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. So I'm going to say that again for you all to say that to yourself. Congratulate yourself for every moment that you choose appreciation. This decision shifts your consciousness from lack to value, and it's guaranteed to bring more worth and richness of life to you. I agree and acho. Gabriel is the archangel of messengers. This helps when you speak, when you write. Any form of communication, throat chakra. Gabriel holds his trumpet in one hand and a beautiful orb of blue light in the other. He is sending powerful energy to your throat center, acknowledging your power to communicate and your readiness to do so. This angel opens you up to truly express, both with yourself and others. You may have had trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself. So never deny your profound integral value. Speak up for yourself. Write in your journal. Let your words flow. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card could also indicate that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirit and telepathy with others. So yes, definitely with this Cancer energy, you can grow more intuitive work in the third eye and in the crown chakra. As I said earlier, very highly important to protect the crown and clear the crown energy now to connect more with the universe so that you can perceive the messages, symbols, signs, and words that are coming out from others as well, to know what programs are occurring around you and what you're willing to accept and not expect moving forward, period. But also, how are you delivering these messages to yourself and to others? Strategy. We had that earlier with the swords. So more opportunities of strategy. But yes, that's what I wanted to say. In the description as well of this live stream, I recommended one of the best manifesting journals I have ever experienced. I am not being paid for this. This is not a sponsored ad, and I'm not going to do a full-on commercial, even though I could, but I won't. I will just say that my mentor, Karen, wrote the best manifesting journal I have ever worked with. And I'm a writer, and I love to write, and I have a bajillion journals, okay? It's only $11 on Amazon. I put the link in the description. If you want to see in real time the amount of patterns that you are doing over the course of using that journal, you need to do it every day. It takes 5 minutes. On the hand of God, it only takes 5 minutes for the first part. The second part, you could go to town, but the first part only takes 5 minutes. That 5 minutes will show you directly the patterns that you have to address. I've managed so much in using that book. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. But I will say that book is very helpful. So if you need work to manifest and want a great practice that is private and to yourself, I mean, $11, you got no excuse. So it's on Amazon. The link is there. So what do we need as far as strategy? How can we be more strategic? This card shows a pen, journal, compass, and key. When you receive this card upright, it indicates that this is the optimum time for setting up a very specific strategy for achieving your goals. Write about the direction you want to go in. Consider any potential change in course that may be needed. Be aware of the particulars regarding your goals and have some conscious plan in mind. Structure the short-term goals needed to make your long-term goal a reality. Hope you're taking notes, Michael. This card is telling you to spend some time setting things in order. It's time to take full control, add thought to action, and set your sights on the road ahead. I mean, I shouldn't throw you on the bus, you know. It is also me. You know, you make the little list 1, 2, 3, and then you scratch it off, and then you got 10 more things to do. Of course. The Temple Path. Spiritual purpose and support. Hope you guys are still here with me. Give me the thumbs up to boost me into the algorithm. Definitely subscribe. Definitely. I gotta get to 500. I need each and every one of you. Receiving this card represents your own spiritual evolution. The winding path you are on leads to a blessed temple in a lovely garden, symbolizing the spiritual destiny your soul has had in mind for this lifetime. This card upright is here to tell you that what you're going through now is all part of your soul's process. You are on your karmic path and heading in the right direction. And the choices you make now are important for your personal growth and life lessons. January, if you're still here, that has totally answered your question. You are on the right path. The lights around the temple represent the spiritual world, your family members, friends, angels, and guides, all the loving spirit helpers who long to assist you. Call upon them and be open to their wisdom and inspiration. This is a wonderful, life-expanding time, so keep in mind your personal priorities as well as your spiritual connection. Following your higher intentions will help you move your life forward in dramatic ways, and connecting with spirit and your higher self will have a wonderful influence on all that you experience. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful card. Ooh, 33, Master Builder number. Whether you're looking for a new relationship or just more love in the relationship you're in, this door with a heart opens onto a new beginning in your experience. A new love may be arriving, and you are being brought together by a strong, resonant connection. This may be a call from a past life, or it may be a new tenderness about to bloom into heartfelt affection. This relationship already exists in energetic potential. So when this card appears in your spread, make sure you are projecting the kind of self-loving energy that you want to receive from others. Be aware that the universe returns your self-caring treatment to you. It's ready to open that door, and are you ready? Female connection in money, health, or value. The elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. This card could also signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with someone who does. This woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance, or even the possibility of new love or friendship connected to a woman of wealth or business. But then there's financial constraints. Maybe that's why you need the help. Restrictions concerning money. This card shows an old-fashioned safe with little money but lots of cobwebs and dust. Money may be tight at this time. So rein in your spending and be circumspect about the financial requirements in your life. This is not a time of indulgence, so be aware of what's really important and consciously choose your expenditures. This is the second time that this has come through. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and abide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things you already have. And for the third time, the world's expansion. Let us expand, guys. The man in this picture is looking out over a bay. Above, the beautiful sphere of the earth is rotating. This card is reminding you to expand your vision and contemplate some much broader options. The world is wide, so there's a lot out there to consider. In the modern age of technology, this could specifically be referring to creating or expanding to a more global network through the internet or social marketing. Drawing this card also lets you know that you have unlimited resources available to you, and now is the time to think big. As they say, the world is your oyster, so get ready to gobble it up. And last but not least, we have the door to spirit, which is spiritual awakenings and this beautiful new beginning. This door opens onto the expansive energetic realm where all new beginnings originate. The orbs of light are guiding you through the clouds of the earthly world, leading you to a deeper understanding of your eternal identity, the source of all true value and power. This door opens onto truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of Spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of Spirit and to the magic and power of your true identity. That is definitely the theme of Leo for this season. Well, my Moon Tribe, it was really a pleasure. This was so beautiful in the readings. So much growth. Multiple themes of self-care and stepping out of your comfort zone. If there's anything that I could give you today, it is to do something that you've been wanting to do and that you're a little, I don't even want to say scared. Maybe you're just timid to do. And just go and do it. Whether that's an open mic, whether that's going for the job that you want, asking for that raise, decluttering and fixing the home, whatever it is, definitely now's the time to do it. This is for the 28-day cycle that we will move into the full moon on Wednesday, August 12th. That'll be the new moon and also a solar eclipse. So that's when I'll see you next for these moon cycles. I do every new moon and full moon collectively. Again, if you have the ability to give, any donation is appreciated. It goes toward this channel, keeping my lights on, all of that. And definitely please like and subscribe. I am trying to get to 500, y'all, and it takes each and every one of you. Good. Definitely, Valerie. That's definitely the energy I wish to bring to ground you and to see that it's really not as bad as it seems, that we will persevere and we have the ability and power to do whatever we need to do, right? To make our dreams a reality, not just stating into a dream. definitely subscribe to me. You can email me or find me on Instagram and message me. I'd love to hear from you for a personal reading. I do 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. And if you're in Florida, definitely message me and I'll let you know my residencies and we can talk in person or virtually. I really thank you, everyone, for today. I really send you love and light. I send you love. Bye for now.